Hello folks, Miss Roll here with our Power Notes video. So our goal for this video is I can describe, explain, and calculate power. So first of all, what is power? Well, power is just a measurement of how fast work is done. So we've already learned about what work is in the science world. Now when we're talking about power, we mean it's how fast that work is done. So how do you calculate it? Well, power is just work divided by time. So remember, work was a multiplying equation, force times distance, but power is a dividing equation. So work divided by time. We also abbreviate this as P equals W divided by T. And power, our unit for power is measured in watts, capital W, again, named after a dead guy. Work, our unit for work is joules, capital J. We learned that in our work video. And time is measured in seconds, little s for our units. So that is the basics here. And if we look at this equation, right, work divided by time, the more work we have, bigger number on top, more power, right? More work, more power. That makes sense. But also, the less time we have, the more power we have. Okay, so let's think about that. We're dividing by time. So if we take a really long time to do something, it's not as much power because we're dividing by a big number. When we divide by a little number because we did something really fast, that means we used a lot of power. Okay, so it's a little bit different. We got to pay attention to that one when we're thinking about these types of questions. All right, now we're going to move into some examples. All right, here are our calculation examples. So first, let's recall our equation for power. We just learned this, right? So power is work divided by time. All right, power is work divided by time. So now we're going to do our example here. So number one, you are biking up a hill using 1,000 joules in 550 seconds. How much power will you need? So again, we just set up our equation. P equals, power equals work. Well, I know that work is measured in joules. So my work number here is 1,000. So 1,000 divided by my time number, which would be in seconds. So that's going to be by 550. And then all you got to do, plug it in your calculator or do it in your head, whatever works for you. We will always give you access to a calculator. And this, I'm going to round, comes out to 1.82. 1.82. We got to have our unit. W, or watts. Okay, power is always measured in watts. We'll look at our second example. You're biking up a hill, this time using 650 joules, again in 550 seconds. How much power will you need? Well, again, we'll set it up. Our power equals my work number, which again I know because it's in joules. So 650 divided by our time, which is measured in seconds. So 550, right? Work number divided by time number. Again, just type it in your calculator, do it in your head, whatever works. And this comes out to 1.18 watts, W. Okay, so again, there's our other answer. So now example 3 is asking us to compare what required more power, example 1 or example 2. Well, if we look at our answers, right, example 1 was 1.82, and example number 2 was 1.18. So that would be example 1 required more. Okay, so what was different about example 1? Well, if I look, our time was the same in both, so it's not time, but the amount of work we were doing was different. Okay, so I needed more power because I used more work. All right. And those are our 3 power calculation examples. There is an extra video that is linked below if you want to look at some more calculation examples for both work and power. But make sure you have these examples written in your notes and understand, for the most part, what went on in this video. After you've done that, have a fabulous day.